right. Week 5 or day 5. Satisfied with their search on series, the squadron of scholars suggest subsequently scanning the stationary stacks of sub-basement 17. The North Pole Printing Department. Oh, sorry, the North Pole Printing Department is busier than ever this close to Christmas, and while the historians continue their search of this historically significant facility, an elf operating a very familiar printer beckons you over. You remember that from the first one, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the elf must recognize you because they waste no time in explaining that the new sleigh launch safety manual updates won't print correctly. Failure to update the safety manuals will be dire indeed, so you offer your services. All right, so safety protocols clearly indicate that new pages for the safety manuals must be printed in a very specific order. The notation X or Y means that if both page number X and page number Y are to be produced as part of an update, page number X must be printed at some point before page number Y. So this is So we're validating lists of page numbers against a set of order and rules. So X must come before Y. Okay. The ELF has for you both the page order and rules and the pages to produce in each update, which is the puzzle input. But you can't figure out whether each update has the pages in the right order. Yada yada yada. So the first section specifies the page order and rules, which is 1 per line. First rule 4753 means that if an update includes both page number 47 and page number 53, then page 47 must be printed at some point before page 53. 47 doesn't necessarily need to be immediately before 53. Other pages are allowed to be in between them. This has to be before it. Okay. The second section, which I guess is that, specifies the page numbers of each update. Because most safety manuals are different, the pages needed in the updates are different too. So the first update, 7547 blah, means that the update consists of page number 75 and all them other ones. To get the printers going as soon as possible, start by identifying which updates are already in the right order. So in the above example, the ones that are in the right order, 7547 is in the right order. 75 is first because there are no rules that put each other page after it. Okay. 47 is correctly second because 75 must be before it and every other page must be after it according to the rule. 61 is correctly in the middle because 75 and 47 are before it. Okay, so because the first update does not include some page numbers, the order and run rules involving these missing page numbers are ignored. The second and third updates are also in the correct order according to the rules. Like the first update, they also do not include every page number, and so only some of the order and rules apply. Within each update, the order and rules that involve missing page numbers are not used. So that update's not in the correct order. It would print 75 before 97, which violates the rule. Okay. Last update is not in the correct order because it's breaking a whole bunch of rules. So for some reason, the elves also need to know the middle page number of each update being printed. Because you are currently only printing the correctly ordered updates, you will need to find the middle page number of each correctly ordered update. In the above example, the correctly ordered updates are right there. Okay. These have middle page numbers of 61, 53, 29, respectively. Adding these page numbers together gives 143. Of course, you need to be careful. The actual list of page order and rules is bigger and more complicated than the above example. So determine which updates are already in the correct order. What do you get if you add up the middle page number for those correctly ordered updates?
Okay. That was a lot. So
Yeah.
are we doing like 3 different things?
Yep. Not really, though. So we just have to make sure that um, these rules are followed here. And we have to, if I'm reading this correctly, which updates are already in the correct order? What do you get if you add up the middle page number for those correctly ordered updates? So I should have worked on this earlier. So we're validating the list of page numbers, which are the updates, against a set of rules, which is like X must come before Y. And then if an update is valid, we find its middle element and add it to the running total. That's a simplified way of putting it. So, okay. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So validate the list of page numbers. Okay. Make sure that they follow the order and rules. And if they do follow those rules, we have to take the middle number and add it to a running total. And all we're looking for is that running total at the end. Okay. So that's going to be some, let's see, we're going to have to make some structure rules. So we'll have to, I'm thinking. So we'll have to take the structure rules and convert the rule strings like that 4753 that they said into usable data structure, like an array of pairs of numbers. Okay, and then we'll have to do structure updates. So we're going to have to convert the update list strings into an array of arrays of numbers. And then we'll have to implement a validator. So we'll have to create a function that takes a single update list and the full set of rules and returns true if the update obeys all the rules and returns false otherwise. But the rule is only applicable only if both pages mentioned in the rule would be present in the current update. And then after that, all we have to do is iterate and aggregate. So loop through each update list and call the validator function. And if it returns true, calculate the index of the middle element, get the page number of that middle index, and add that page number to a running total. And then console log the number at the end. Okay, I think I got it. So all right. Hey, I'll got a question for you. What's first?
The const fs equals require fs.
Yep. What's next?
It's a try catch.
Almost.
Oh.
I told you it was different. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a helper function that's going to be the rule validator. We're going to do that before anything. Okay. And this is going to check if a single update, like the list of pages, is correctly ordered according to the provided rules. So it's going to function or focus only on validation, and it's going to like embody the separation of concerns principle. So we're going to have it. So we're going to need an array of page numbers represented a single update sequence. So we're going to do all right. You know what? No. Yeah, we're gonna
I
do.
forgot to ask you, is your hand healing all right?
Yeah, I got 3 or 4 months on it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we need to gonna have to an array of page numbers representing a single update sequence. So thank you for asking. We need an array where each element is itself an array containing 2 numbers representing the rule X must come before Y. And lastly, we'll need a Boolean that returns true if the update sequence does not violate any rules, or false if it violates even one rule. So, all right, let's do function. Well, is update valid? Update rules.
These are parameters.
Yeah. So the update, that's the first one. That's the first thing I was talking about. That's going to be an array of page numbers to represent a single update sequence. And then rules is going to be, an array where each element uh, is an array containing two numbers that represent the X must come before Y. So, yeah. So we start here. So first we need to check if this update, we need to check this update against every single rule in our list of rules. And we'll do that with a for of loop. That's a great way to iterate over the elements inside of an array. So for each iteration, the next element from the rules array will need to be assigned to the rule constant. And we'll use destructuring assignment. Yeah. So since each element in rules is in an array, like like you saw them up there, I think that syntax will work directly and unpack that inner array and assign the first element to a new constant, which will be X, and the second element to a new constant Y, and that'll be within the scope of the loop iteration. I think that's more accessible or more readable than accessing like rule 0 and rule 1. So yeah, let's do it that way. I was thinking out loud. So we'll do for oh man, I can't wait for a few months where I can get my other hand back. It's a line of rules, not ruler, rules. Okay. So excuse me. I'll go over this again since I was really quick, or since I was just speaking my like random squirrel thoughts. So
Okay.
what we're doing here is we're checking this update against every single rule that's in our list of rules. And we're using the for of loop to iterate over elements inside of an array or any other iterable structure. So for each iteration, the next element from the rules array will be assigned to the rule constant. And yeah, well, yeah, it'll be assigned to the rule constant. And we're using destructuring assignment, which is the const x y. Since each element in rules is an array, like imagine that says 47 and that says like 53 or something, right? That this syntax will directly unpack that inner array, assigning the first element, which in this case will be 47, to the constant x, and the second element of, I don't know, whatever number it is, to the constant y. It'll do that within the scope of that iteration, and I think that's the best way to do it. So we're going to try that and see how it turns out. Okay. Now we need to make sure X must come before Y. So we need to determine if that even applies to the update list that we're currently checking. So remember, the rule only applies if both page X and page Y are present in the update array. So we need to const index x equals called update, and we'll use index of x. So the index of method, that's just a standard array function. It searches the array, in this case update. It's searching the update array for the specified value of x on this line, and it returns the position of the first occurrence it finds. And remember, indices start at 0. So, and it's important to note that if the value is not found in the array, index of will return -1. So we're going to do
So
index
it's
y.
finding an index value, not like a number.
Right, starts at indices. They start at 0.
Okay.
Index y equals update, not start, update index of y. Okay. Now, and that one's just finding the position of y in the update list. So it's taking whatever the second number is that you saw in there, or not the second number necessarily, but it's taking for that value at that index and pulling it. So, all right, now we need to check if the rule is applicable. So what we'll do is if index x yeah, not -1 and index y minus not 12 -1. So what that's saying there, if index 1, I'm just saying like for right here, page X was found on the update list. So that's all that means. And the second one is index Y, means page Y was found in the update list. So it checks where both page X and page Y found on or in the current update. So, whoops. If it was, we need to check to see if index X comes before Y. Before I put it in there, how do I do it?
To see if index x comes before y.
How do we do that?
Does it have something to do with like the grid?
Nope. So
Oh,
it's okay. So in terms of array indices, this means that index X has to be less than the index of Y. So it would just be if index X is less than index Y.
because then if it's less, then that means it's before. It's a okay.
And if it is, turn false. Oop, not faulty. No. Okay. So if index X is so if index X comes before Y, then we have to return it false. Okay. If index X is not greater than index Y, meaning that index X is less than or equal to index Y, satisfying that rule, we do nothing and proceed to the next rule inside of our for loop. Okay. If the rule was not applicable because one or both pages were missing from the update, then we would ignore this rule and proceed to the next rule in our for loop, which is the end of the for of loop rules. So if we manage to get through the entire for loop without ever hitting a return false, that means that this specific update, no applicable rules were violated. Therefore, the update is considered valid according to the rules, and we can return true, true, and add it to the count. So return true. Okay. No worry, we're not at your favorite part yet.
I know. Seems like kind of far from it. It's all right.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're getting closer because we're about to do that.
Okay.
So that's your second favorite part.
Right.
So you already know what it is. That's file content. Here's your file system. Read. File sync. Input. T. To. Okay. Now, this file system, or this file, sorry, has two sections separated by a blank line. You see there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That could be a problem.
Right.
So we need to split the content based on this. All right. We're going to bring back those wonderful regular expressions here.
Right. Didn't expect that. Okay.
Kind of. Okay. And I need to make sure I do it right. So we need a regular expression to find the blank line separator, handling different line endings and potential white space on the blank line. So we would need R, that would match the carriage return character. And then with the question mark, which would mean 0 or 1 in the preceding item. We need the new line character. So together, those two match a standard line break. Then we'll need an S and an asterisk to match 0 or more characters. And that would account for potential spaces or tabs on the blank line itself. So then R question new line, that would match the second line break required for a blank line separator. Okay. So I'm thinking out loud. Sorry. So I'll go over this again. So let's try. Let's see. We're going to see if this works. So the sections equals, file content. Let's get caps off. We'll have to trim it. Split. And here we go. All right. So our new line our question line should be it. Okay, so that matches the optional carriage return character, and the question mark means 0 or 1 of the preceding item. So by the preceding item, I mean the carriage return character. The N, that's new line. You remember that, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Together, the R and the N match a standard line break. And then the last bit, which is the S and the asterisk, that matches 0 or more white space characters. So 0 or more is the asterisk, and white space characters is the dash X. So that accounts for potential spaces or tabs on the blank or empty line itself. So you put it all together, it matches the second line break required for a blank line separator. And then the trim and split command, that's splitting the trimmed file content in an array of strings based on this separator. And we expect, we have only 2 sections, so that should be good. So we're gonna try this and see if that works. I think I got it right though. So now we need to access the first part, which is before the blank line, where it was just, X and Y, use an index 0, and we'll assign it to, I don't know,
Um,
rules.
so I don't really understand the regular expression. Um, I guess I'm trying to, but you said that the question mark is 0 or 1. What is that again?
0 or 1 of the preceding. So, whatever's before the question mark, in this case, it's an R, it could be an N, could be an S, could be a W, could be anything.
Mhm.
It's just saying we're only getting 0 or 1 of return character on that's it. Nothing else. It's only pulling 0 or 1.
What's a
And it's
return character?
what?
You said a return character?
Yeah, what it brought down with it.
Um, okay. You said what it brought down with it?
Since
Can
see
you
an easier, let me see if I can figure out um
make it?
find an easier way to explain it.
I like hate when I like try to type a number and the number lock is off. So then when I turn it back on, it like highlights the wrong thing. I just do not like when it does this. I don't even know how to reverse this.
I'm trying to think about the best way to. So it moves it would, like, if you're over it, it would move the cursor. Imagine it was a cursor, it would move it over to the beginning and only
Mhm.
pull that. I don't know if I'm explaining that right for you. Here, let me see if here. Oh, sometimes I get stuck. Yeah. So the carriage return character, this character moves the cursor to the beginning of the current line without advancing to the next line. So yeah. Here, let me send you this. This will help you understand it better. It didn't explain it any better than I did.
I know that's right. Okay.
Here, I put it in the chat. You read it.
Mm-hmm.
Did that help at all? No.
That's like even more confusing. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know. I can scroll up. Let me see. Representative tape sequence. So begin the current line with that advance to the next line. Demonstrating. Hello, world.
I'll see if I can come up with a better explanation for it, or I'll take some time and think something out for you and send it to you. Okay.
Okay. I'm over here like,
I'll put something together for you. I will, and I'll see how I can um elaborate on it for you. Just give me a little bit. I'll do it tonight for you.
okay.
All right. So what I have highlighted here. So we're gonna access the first part, before the blank line, just the side by side numbers. Using index 0 and assigning it to rules section, and then I put in under that update section. That's going to be the second part after the blank line that has all the bunches of numbers in there. And we're going to use index 1, and like I said, we're assigning it to the update section. So it's always a good idea. It's always a good idea to add checks after parsing to ensure the data looks as expected. So if for whatever reason update section is undefined, it means our split based on the blank line failed, which could be because it's either an incorrectly formatted input file or I have the regular expression wrong. So, but we need to put a like sanity check inside of there, right? Or just a check. So if we'll go with update section, bad. Like if it's undefined, null, false, 0, or empty, whatever, we will console error. Hey, yo, there's an error. Check your stuff. All right. So,
to
want to
write
check
that
it.
too.
Huh?
I'm about to write that too.
And then we'll have to exit it. And then the process exit, that immediately terminates node with like a non-zero exit codes, and that signifies a failure. All right, so now we got our yo stuff in there. Now we need to process the rules section. Okay, so we need to process the rules section string and turn it into our desired array of number pairs. So we will do that with const. I'm thinking, sorry.
Okay, right.
Yeah, do const rules equals rules section, and we'll split it. And um, So we have to split it into an array of individual rule lines, handling potentially different line endings. So we're going to bring your favorite. And yeah, and then map. Yeah. And map. Line. And I'll just find this in a second before I lose my train of thought. Split. Map. Number. X. Y. Ah, look, this is something. Okay. All right, let me explain this. So the rule section dot split on that. Um, that splits the rule section string into an array of individual rule lines, handling the different line endings, you know, the R and the new line, and the map into the arrow function. So we use dot map to transform each line string, like 4753, for example. Line split, so splits the rule string at the or character, right? You know, the up and down line. And that
Right.
producing an array of two strings. So it would be R and or I'm sorry, R 47 and 53 or whatever the numbers are. And then map number, we map the built-in number function over this array of two strings. And then we return X and Y. We use again the destructuring assignment to directly assign the first number to X and the second number to Y. And then the final result is stored in rules as an array of rays, like you'd have 4753 and 9713 and 19 and 78 and whatever numbers it might be, right?
Okay.
That's all that's doing. So now we need to parse the update section, and it'll be pretty similar to the rules section. So we would const updates equals updates section, and we're split it. And again, we're bringing your absolute favorite.
The
And
regex.
huh?
Was it the regex? Hmm.
You like them. So, and then we would do the same thing, map it, line. Actually, no, I don't need to do it that time. Don't need to do that. I got carried away. Line, and we take it into a line split. Yeah, so we'll do a line split. Uh, oh, I just thought of something, man. I just thought of something looking at that. That needs to be that. In rules section, replace the comma with the or operator.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought of that. That's like, yeah, it's probably important. This doesn't look right either. I'm crazy. I think I'm crazy. Um, yeah, I like that better. That's what we're doing. Yeah, we got to have that destructuring assignment in there. Yeah, that looks right. I know I talked on it, I just didn't do it. Okay. All right. Hey, we're almost like real close to like truly your favorite part. So all we have to do now is the main validation. Um, so we would let some of middle pages equal 0. All right. And then use another for of loop to iterate through each update array within the main updates array. So for const update updates, and so for in here for the current update list, we call our is updated valid helper function that we made in the beginning, passing that both the current update and the complete list of rules as parameters. So if is update valid, update and rules. Yep. Okay. So now inside of here, so if update valid returns true, that means the update is correctly ordered. So now we need to calculate the middle logic. We need to find the index or the position of the middle element in the update array. So for an array of length, which will be L, no, type this out. So, so we got the middle index and probably math. Yeah, so we'll use math floor to round the number down to the nearest whole integer. So math floor, we're going to update length to, so if the length is, for example, 5 minus, or 5 divided by 2 would be 2.5. Floor would make it 2, so it would round it. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, so that takes it to the floor. Okay, that'll work. All right, so then we need to access the element in the update array at the calculated middle index. So we would do const middle Page number. Update. It'll index. And the last thing we need to do is we need to add it to the sum. So we'll use obviously the compound assignment operator and add middle page number to our running total. So inside of there, it would be sum of that's backwards. Middle page number. Okay. Console log. There's your favorite. Where we're at it. We're at it.
All right. And
console error. I got this right. I'm gonna be shocked. I didn't. Missing after argument list where oh I forgot to put them in there. Forgot the back check. Damn. That's 73.65.
look at that.
So that was right. Okay, I know. I guarantee that I confused you because I was thinking at the
Oh,
same time I
definitely.
was doing. Huh?
I said definitely. Mm-hmm.
So here's what I'm going to do. I think I have from when I did this last time. Well, first, let me see if this is right.
I was right.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me look and see if I have this. Um, let's see if I have this in here. I probably have one. What is this, week 5? No, that's Jetstream. Oh, I do. All right, let me make sure this is the same code that I used from last time. That looks like it's identical. Okay, let me delete that. I don't need that. I got this. I'm gonna email this to you like right now.
All right.
Okay, what do I want to call this? Let's call this. That doesn't make sense. Understanding the enter's role. It's real role. Okay. Okay. Open my email. I'm gonna send this to you. I'm gonna stop recording. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to you. It'll give you like much better clarification, I think. Let's stop.